Wednesday from 7:30 on SBS 1.
Welcome back as we focus on cyclocross. Now, this is a discipline which is quite new to Australia, but it's a long history in Europe. The National Cyclocross Championships are still in their infancy here, but there are moves to increase the profile of a sport which is raced over wooded trails, grass, steep hills and obstacles requiring the rider to quickly dismount, carry the bike while navigating the obstruction and then remount again. Round 2 in the National Cyclocross Series took place in Melbourne. Let's take a look.
The Port Adelaide Cycling Club played host to the 3rd and 4th stages of the National Cyclocross Series. The glorious Adelaide Parkland setting the stage for the events with perfect conditions for racing and local riders keen to capitalise on their home ground advantage.
The first 2 rounds were in Melbourne and they were really muddy, as you'd expect being in Melbourne. So this is actually really dry and fast in comparison, but it's just as hard.
I think it's going to have some pretty interesting technical sections. There's a good sand pit sort of off to my right and some really good pinch hills.
The design, you know, it's tricky. There's lots of little tricky bits and lots of fast bits. It sort of had a bit of everything.
Local South Australian Jackie Sharple took full advantage of her MTB background, pinning it from the gun and showing the other women how it was done through the technical sections. A bunch of 4 riders, including Mel Ansett, Lisa Jacobs, Sharple and Gemma Koenig, formed at the front with the loose dry loam catching out Ansett early on. Koenig and Ansett made a break, but it wasn't enough to stop Jacobs, who rode away from the field and soloed to victory.
Mel and Gemma put the hammer down pretty early, and Gemma, who's a cyclocross specialist, I think showed her strength really well. So I tried to hang in there and see how the race would unfold, and picked a moment where I thought I could probably make a move, and the move paid off, so I was happy with the win.
Lockie Norris, Adrian Jackson, Lewis Rattray and local favourite Jade Lean went out hard from the start in the men's race, with a small gap opening up to the chasing bunch. Lean was struggling to match the pace of the lead riders as the pack behind started to chase in earnest. Norris made his move on lap 6, with the fastest lap of the day opening up a 26-second gap on Jackson and Rattray. The Drapac road cyclist had time to sit up on the final straight and celebrate his round 3 win.
And we were able to work together really nicely and ride smoothly. And then, yeah, just the last few laps I had plenty left in the tank to get away from the other guys, so I was pretty happy, yeah.
So wrapping up the round 3 results for the women, Lisa Jacobs does the business again from Melissa Ansett and Gemma Koenig. And in the men's category, it's Lockie Norris from Adrian Jackson and Lewis Rattray. Sunday's round 4 action was at Kingston Gardens on Adelaide's West Terrace.
Originally after the race I thought I pulled up pretty well, but this morning I had a practice lap and yeah, my legs are a little bit more sore than I first thought, but we'll see how we go.
Yeah, I feel okay, but yeah, today's race will be quite hard, I think, so I'll do my best.
We rode it here about a month ago and it was really, really muddy, and today it's going to be completely different because it hasn't rained all week.
Definitely Lisa's going great on the courses at the moment, and she's really skilled for the cyclocross, so yeah, try to keep up.
Jackie Sharple employed her local course knowledge in round 4, leading early in the fastest women's start to date. An elite bunch quickly formed until Ansett suffered a rear flat tyre on the second lap, forcing her to utilise the SRAM neutral service, losing over a minute as Jacobs made her move off the front. This left South Australian pair Koenig and Sharple working together. Ultimately, Sharple pushed too hard to try and stay with her opponent and came unstuck on a technical downhill corner. Koenig extended her lead over Lindsay Gurrell in the last 2 laps, making it Jacobs, Koenig and Gurrell on the podium.
I'm from Adelaide originally, and my parents don't often get to see me race, so it was very special to be wearing the leader's jersey or the leader's skin suit in front of them. That was really good.
In the men's round 4 action, Norris, Jackson, Rattray and Lean again got an early break to form an elite front group who worked together to keep the massive chasing pack at bay. Rattray was unlucky to suffer a puncture on lap 3, forcing him to battle his way back through the 9-man chase group. Sean Lewis kept the crowd entertained at the tricky barriers, making it look easy. While Norris repeated his trademark late race burst, stretching Jackson in the last 3 laps to record a comfortable 35-second win, with the home crowd cheering lean across the line for third.
With about 5 laps to go, they started to put the hammer down a bit, and a few times sort of gaps were opening up, so I thought it was a good opportunity to make a bit of an attack and see if I could break it up a bit, and that just all sort of worked out, and I managed to get a bit of a lead, so I just tried to hold on to it at the end.
So wrapping the round 4 results, it was Lisa Jacobs again out in front from Gemma Koenig, third place Lindsay Gorell. And in the men's side, Lachlan Norris reigned supreme, Adrian Jackson second, Jade Lean third. Looking at the overall rankings, it's Lisa Jacobs in first place from Melissa Ansett, Gemma Koenig in third place. And in the men, it's Adrian Jackson out on top. Rounds 5 and 6 head to Sydney in September.
Yes, and we'll bring you more from the National Cyclocross Series in the coming weeks here on Cycling Central. Well, Lauren Reynolds has been dubbed one of BMX